Hello, lovely people of the internet. My name is Dot, and I'm about to explain what the forthenet.eu page stands for, who we are, what we've been trying to achieve, and the whole story from our side to try to save net neutrality in Europe. Right? It all started with the petition which I wrote because on 30th of June this year, the Europe gave out the press release about the new proposal which was going to regulate internet throughout whole Europe. And this proposal includes specialized services, faster and better to pay for internet. This clearly breaks the rules of net neutrality, and we come from Slovenia, where net neutrality is defined by law. We actually enforce those laws. So, luckily, with the help of Pirate Party of Slovenia and its president, we set up the page for the petition. They translated the text, etc., and we started campaigning. So we tried to get support from NGOs. Eventually, we got in contact with EDRi, the European Digital Rights, asking them if they can support our cause. At that time, we still didn't know the vote was going to happen so soon. This was just only less than a month ago. EDRi didn't get back to us, so I called them up. I called them again. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're just setting up a new page. Yeah, we'll get back to you, promise." So when they did get back to us, in the email they stated that they actually allow the specialized services and they cannot support our petition. They also sent us some documents enclosed which you can download below. We were in total shock. The flyer that they sent us clearly broke the basic principles of net neutrality, right? So we replied to this email saying, "Is this your final position?" And they were like, no, we're still thinking about what to do. So we're like, yeah, okay, maybe we can persuade them to actually fight for the true net neutrality, right? So we set up a Skype meeting with them to try to persuade them. I told them straight away that no organization such as theirs can, change an opinion of an entire country. Right? They were like, "Oh, but we're fighting for net neutrality, na na na." And I was like, "Well, yeah, okay." We also asked them, because Rock suggested, what is the actual technical argumentation behind the need of such services, because we couldn't think of a single thing, right? The telemedicine that they described in the flyer, we just said, well, you can get a doctor through Skype, to be honest, you don't need a faster to pay for internet line for that. And they kept on saying on Skype, "Oh, but we're fighting for net neutrality." And to be honest, they really pissed me off because this is not an empty word in Slovenia. This means something, you see. We actually enforce these laws. Only in January this year, telecommunication companies had to pay huge fines for breaking the laws of net neutrality, right? And I told them, "I'm really not sure if you can use this term like that." They immediately responded to that, saying if we can send them the parts of our legislation which defines the term. Which we did. We sent them an email 5 minutes after the Skype ended. We sent them an email. We asked if we can have a chat with their technical advisors because maybe they can persuade us that we actually need specialized services for our society, right? So we were quite open to change our minds also, but they never got back to us. During this time, luckily my friend's mom was a lawyer, so I had a chat with her and I told them, "Listen, this is really confusing the way they use the words, because on the Skype meeting they kept on saying, 'Oh, but we fight for net neutrality.' And I'm like, well, this means something, right?" And the mom said, "Yeah, well, if this term is defined by some laws and regulation, they should obey by it, right?" So eventually we sent the email that EDRi sent to us with all the documents enclosed to the external law office. I really want to thank the lawyers. They dropped everything to write the legal opinion for us on that day. And when we got the legal opinion back, which you can also download below, we made an English translation, which is only the best that we could do. So the legal opinion clearly stated that the way that EDRi used the term net neutrality in combination with their position actually does not comply with Slovenian legislation. Furthermore, that although there's no regulations on European level that would define the term, there are clear drafts and proposals signed by an entire European Parliament that define the term. So basically the lawyers gave us the right. It was actually really confusing the way they used the term. Right? At this point, we sent an email to EDRi, to all their member organizations, to our lawyers and everyone else involved, just asking them, to join us with the fight to keep true net neutrality, right? The email was quite rude because during the time we found out from some other people some inside information that basically they quit on the fight, right? We still don't know why, because the very similar proposal was not enacted in USA just a couple of months ago. So the arguments, are very clear. Will Europe have worse legislation regarding internet than America? But yeah, clearly we will. So we sent an email trying to persuade them to take the position of our country, Slovenia, and the director of EDRi eventually responded, trying to put all the blame on me, trying to make me feel bad, saying like, oh, this is not a black and white thing. And I responded, well, yeah, in Slovenia it is. It's called law, you see. There's no gray area in net neutrality. Net neutrality is or it isn't. You cannot have specialized services and net neutrality at the same time, right? So I wrote them back again, just let us know what's your final position on this. This is really all that we want to know, right? They never got back to us up until this day. So we figured out we have to set up our own page for European people to be able to contact their members of European Parliament and just raise their voices, just ask them to vote against this proposal. Currently there are two countries, Netherlands and Slovenia, that will vote against the proposal. And yeah, we set up the page, which went live a couple of days ago. We're all volunteers, so we have Maya, she's a student in mathematics, and Anže was helping out with the text, he's also a student. Rok is a software developer, Iggy is a 3D modeler, my friend is a forestry expert. So you see, we're all just volunteering to try to fight for the right thing. Why are we doing this? Well, we really believe internet is, the most amazing tool ever known to mankind, and it's the most democratizing tool also. So it's weird and it's beautiful, but that's how we are. It would be really sad to see that corporations take over this lovely tool that was built for the people. So the vote is gonna happen in a week. We're starting the media campaign tomorrow. We're gonna make the press releases available to everyone so you can send it to your media. Possibly no one will respond. That's okay. We'll just try to do our best. And yeah, so hopefully you can help out. Obviously, the problem is that we're not aware of how huge the whole scandal is, because we only analyze the papers that EDRi sent to us. If I understand right, but I'm not into politics, EDRi was consulting the entire European Parliament about on this issue, right? So we're quite unaware if maybe there's people sitting in the Parliament that actually don't understand that the way EDRi used the word net neutrality is very confusing, you see. So hopefully you can help out. Probably the proposal is gonna be voted for, and that's okay. We did our best. This is not our jobs. We're all volunteering to do the best we can. We all love internet, so yeah. forthenet.eu. Hopefully I clarified some things, and see you soon. Thank you for watching.